Hey y'all, it's DCG back for another video. This video is going to be about self-worth and loving yourself before you can love someone else. And I have struggled with this for many years, almost my whole life, feeling like somebody owed me something as far as, treating a human being the way a human being should be treated. And it's really not that way. Nobody really owes me anything, but I felt as if I've walked through my entire life and people have just continuously disrespected me, continuously, done me wrong. Even though I'm paying everybody's phone bill, I'm buying everybody clothes, I'm doing everything, that someone else needs out of the kindness of my heart, people still don't appreciate things. And basically, I was doing that because I found myself to be a people pleaser, and I found myself not to be happy with who I was. And sometimes I always used to forget that the only person that really matters is me. And because I used to always forget that, it used to cause an issue. Um, and now here I am at this point in time with really no friends, and I don't like to be around people, and I'm very miserable and not happy. And I try to fill those things with so many different other aspects of life, whether that be hiding behind my humor, because I am a funny person and I do like to entertain people, and that's like what I do. um, it it sometimes is never enough. I feel like regardless of what I do, um, somebody's always going to find a way to tear it down. And sometimes I came from my own family members, and there's a lot of family members, like 16 or 17 in count, that I just absolutely cannot stand for that particular reason. And I'm a very hateful person. I have a lot of hate inside of me because I just can't, um, see things for what they are. And sometimes I don't take life lessons, the way any other person would. I feel like anything that has happened to me, it was God's will. But however, because I'm not really too sure of that either, I'm not too sure, and too steady with my religion, it's kind of hard to say, um, that's exactly what it is, because I really don't know, and I don't think anybody really knows. Um, so basically, I'm just here to tell you guys that you guys have to love yourself before anything or anyone else. You guys need to realize that it's your salvation. It's where you're going, not where your friends are going. It's very important to look at things in a pure eye and a pure perspective, and not looking at something just because it's someone else's point of view. And a lot of people always used to tell me that I'm very stubborn and I don't budge, and whatever the case may be. Like, people, oh, you never want to take anybody else's opinion because nobody else's opinion matters. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm not going to let anyone or anything kind of sway my opinion or sway the way that I'm thinking to satisfy you. I was not put on this earth to make anybody's kid feel special. I've said that time and time again, and guarantee you I mean it, and that part of me is not going to change. So, um, I find myself changing the way that I say things and the way that I do things, because I was this mean, horrible bitch. I used to just say it and not really care about, who I was offending. I'm still that way. I can't say that I've changed, but what I can say is I have dialed it down, like like a million times. I've dialed it down because someone just can't handle it. And because they can't, sorry, that was my phone, but because they can't handle it, I tend to, bend over backwards for that particular person. And because I tend to bend over backwards, I cannot, uh, I just can't, I've gotten to the point where I just can't do it anymore. I am putting my own happiness aside, my own, feelings aside for someone else. Why? I could never do what I wanted to do because I was afraid of a reaction, or, whatever the case may be. Someone would tell me that it's stupid or wouldn't agree with my idea. But at the end of the day, who am I trying to please? Am I trying to please them, or am I trying to be happy? I can't be happy because I'm too busy worried about what someone else thinks. At the end of the day, you came into this world alone and you will go out alone. Some people agree with that method and some people do not, but I'm telling you that that's the way I live my life. I came in this world alone and I will go out alone. It's either you love me or you hate me. You support me or you don't. Plain and simple. I'm not going to pull your leg. I'm not going to beg you to be there for me, because bottom line is I could care less. If you don't agree with my methods, if you don't agree with the way I do things, bitch, bye. Because at the end of the day, I feel as if I'm doing what I need to do to become something, okay? And I'm getting to the point where I am becoming all these different things, okay? I never really had a childhood. I've been working since the age of 8, and because of that, I don't really have a childish nature, so to speak. Like, everybody's talking about Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon Go and all this other shit. Not me, because I don't feel like that was ever a part of my upbringing. I never really sat there and played video games. That wasn't my thing. So basically, I feel like what the average kid would do, I can't say that I would enjoy those same things. And it's not because, I feel like I was too good for those things. It's just because I was wired differently, which growing up, that was hard, being wired differently, because everyone else would be doing the same thing. Everyone else would be on the swings, and I would be the only one standing up in the corner with my arms folded. Like, I kind of had my childhood taken from me. So there's a lot of things that I would have been able to teach myself, a lot of lessons I would have been able to learn if I had that childhood that I never had. And because I never had that childhood, I come off very mean, and I come off just very angry with the world. And for the most part, if I know anybody that has said that, is absolutely correct. I am extremely angry at the world, for many things, for just the way I was brought up, for the way I was raised. I can't, I don't see anything positive. So basically, that's how it was. It's sad, but it's the truth. What can you do, you know? So, but in any case, y'all, like I was saying, so I found myself kind of, I don't know, changing or trying to mold myself into something because I'm such like an unhappy person. I've been unhappy for many, 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 many years, and I always try to fill that void with something. So recently, well, I can say recently, but it was back in like 2016, someone introduced me to RuPaul. Now, I had no idea who RuPaul was before, this individual introduced me to RuPaul. And it's one of my great friends, Alicia. She introduced me to RuPaul, and we were at work one day, and she said, "Do you know who RuPaul is?" And I go, "No." And she's like, "Oh my God, you don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." And she was like, "Okay, well, you have to go home and watch it." She's like, "Go home and watch it, and then tomorrow we can discuss it." So I went home and I watched it, and I was instantly hooked. And I was like, "Oh my God, these people, they do this for money, and they get paid like big time." Okay, who knew drag queens get paid so much? Okay, people are making a living off of YouTube and drag queens. And these particular ones that happen to be my favorite, like Willem and Alaska Thunderfuck 5000 and Courtney Act, and all of them have really inspired me. And especially the colored queens like Shea Coulee, and Bob the Drag Queen, and there's another one. I'm missing the other. Oh, Trinity K. Bonet. I don't know if she's all black, but I'm pretty sure. And so basically, it's really inspired me to do drag. So that's my newest obsession. So now I am Mrs. Temptress the Drag Queen, and you can find me on YouTube at Temptress the Drag Queen. You can find me on Twitter at Temptress underscore DQ. Temptress underscore DQ for my Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at Temptress the Drag Queen. So basically, that's my newest obsession. So I have been finding different ways and different outlets to sort of kind of be myself and sort of kind of like do different things that kind of make me happy and not what makes everyone else happy. I'm not really concerned with what other people want me to do at this point. It's really just me and the way I want to live my life because it's, my life, as they say. So basically, that's pretty much where I'm at. However, I don't know if it's gonna work because you know how they say money doesn't buy happiness. Okay, and I've always been someone with a lot of wealth. I've always been someone who, had it. Like at a snap of a finger, I had what I needed. And it is so true. Money doesn't buy happiness because here I am. I have like almost everything and more, and I'm still not happy. So I tried to do different things. I tried to grow my hair out to see if that was going to make me happy because ever since I was very, very young, I had long hair when I was little, but I always wanted my long hair back. I always wanted to go on that journey and grow it back. So I'm on my journey growing it back. And I couldn't be more pleased with, it at the moment. But things like that only last a little while because after I started to grow my hair out, I thought, oh, this is boring now. Maybe when it gets longer, I'll get the excitement back and, I'll style it any kind of way. But, happiness is really not something to play with. And, I'm someone who has tried to commit suicide over 16 times already. Okay, and if it weren't for like a few individuals like keeping me alive, like Reba McEntire, Carrie Underwood, Trisha Yearwood, people like that, like the whole CMT, the whole CMA company, like country music at its best, at its finest, if it weren't for all of those people, if it weren't for my TV shows, if it weren't for Abby Lee Miller, if it weren't for Dance Moms, I don't know where I would be because I find myself immersed in these things, thinking that that is going to make things better for me if I, put all my time and energy into these things, which sometimes proven to work and sometimes it's proven not to work. I have found myself taking from these people. I'm a lot nicer person than I was before because I'm watching these successful people and I go, how do I be successful? And I'm watching their traits. And I'm kind of mimicking them almost. I'm walking the path of Reba McEntire. I'm walking the path of Carrie Underwood. Reba has always been somebody that everyone likes. You have never seen her talked negatively about on any magazine, on any TV show. She has always been someone who handles herself with like grace and maturity and always speaks very eloquently. That's me for the most part. And I try to do the very thing that makes other people live a happy life. She doesn't go around making fun of people and talking bad about people, and and people don't do that in return to her. All she is a human being that didn't even think she was going to make it at some point. She was sure of her talent, but wasn't sure if that was what she wanted to do. She had a backup plan. She was just a very, very smart woman. And, I was raised by a smart woman, so I do have a backup plan. If this drag queen stuff doesn't work, or if this YouTube stuff doesn't work, I have a backup plan. I have free college. I have education to fall back on. I have, I'm trying to be or continue to be in the high school scene as an administrator, so this is not, the end of the road for me, but I'm still trying to figure stuff out. And I feel like the people that have been there for me, I want to say thank you to you because it's because of your love and support and everything that you guys have done for me is why I am the person that I am today and why I can stand here and say the stuff that I say. if it weren't for your encouragement, if it weren't for what you tell me on a daily basis, you tell me that you love me, you tell me that you care about me, you tell me to keep up the good work, whatever it is, even just the tiny little things that you do, sending me tiny little text messages during the day, like, how are you, da 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 da, somebody who struggles internally with a lot of things as far as self confidence and, blah, 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 it really does help. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Um, I'm a domestic violence survivor. I've been a part of domestic abuse, and I've had my ass beat. Okay, so I understand blow by blow, and I understand defending yourself, and I understand, a lot of lessons that you really shouldn't learn at my age. And I know too much for my age, as I've always been told growing up, because, like I said, I never really had a childhood. So I was always the one working, and, while all my friends are going to the mall and doing the coolest things, going out of town, going to Disneyland, whatever. I've been to Disney like a million and one times. I've been to Orlando a million and one times because, I have money and I can do that. But, however, um, I was always the one left out of the circle. Like, everyone would invite me places, and I'd be like, oh no, I have to work, because I worked for my parents, and they're probably the some of the wealthiest people in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at the moment. My mom was voted number 11 out of the 100 outstanding women of Broward County, so she's like a big, big deal down there in Broward County, Florida. And I always grew up, a piece of them, an extension of them. Like, I would walk into Walmart and someone would see me. This old lady would come up to me and be like, "Hi, oh my God, are you Joey and Lori's son?" And I'm like, "Who the hell are you? Get away from me!" But it's because of they've made a reputation for themselves, and they've let their family be known. And adopting 7 black children, like, why black children? You couldn't get people your own color. Not that adopting black people is wrong, but I feel like a lot of white people adopt black children for the look, for the image. Oh, I'm helping this poor black child. And I honestly feel somewhere deep down in me that that was part of the reason. I felt like they wanted it for a status thing, not because they truly genuinely wanted just black kids. And or maybe there was just more of us in the system, because let's be honest, the way these baby daddies are functioning, and the way things are going, no father that is black stays by their children. I don't know what's with that, but we need to get it together, because it's 2017 and kids need their father in their life. And I'm a perfect example of that. Even though I have 2 sets of parents, I have my foster parents, I have my adoptive parents, and then I have my birth parents, but my birth parents really don't count because I don't talk to them. However, I never really had a father. So, as weird as that might sound, having 2 fathers, but I really didn't have one, it's because he was never there. Neither one of them were really there, super duper involved. They were never really at my sports games. I stopped playing sports because I didn't feel like it was a fit, and maybe I would have felt more of a match if my parents were there to support me, but not too many times were they there. So it got old real fast, and I just stopped playing. I just stopped bothering. I used to play soccer. I used to play baseball for several years. Like, sports was like a big thing to me. I did track, which I'm still the fastest motherfucker, regardless of the weight I've gained over the years. Um, I feel like being there for the parents, being there for your kids is very important, because they will grow up to resent you for it if you're not there. And you know Very important, very, very important. I have seen time and time again where parents bail out on their children and then wonder why they don't have the relationship they would like to have with them. um, and as sad as it is what it is. And even my situation, I done moved from Florida to Georgia thinking I was gonna be grown and I was gonna go out there and be an adult, because I am a grown ass adult. I can do that. And yeah, I know I look young and wonderful, don't I? Anyways, but so basically, I'm telling you, from someone who has struggled, it makes all the difference when you have a team of supportive people that stand behind you. Even in Florida, I still have people rooting me on. I still get emails from people, I still get phone calls asking me how I'm doing, and that is really what counts. That's really what matters. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I can't tell you what a difference it's made for me. I may not be the happiest person standing here today, but I have a feeling if you help me get Temptress the drag queen to where she should be, I guarantee you, it'll change my whole world. And I'm being as genuine and as sincere as I possibly can be. My brand, I'm launching a brand, so you're gonna see a lot more from me as far as custom t-shirts, whatever the case may be, snapbacks, necklaces, whatever. It's a brand, and without these special people I wouldn't be able to do it. So I want to thank my executive director of my brand, of my company, DCG Enterprises. I would like to thank Janelle Ariana, because she has a channel here. She does fabulous makeup tutorials, so you guys should go check them out at Janelle Ariana, which her name should be somewhere on the screen somewhere, so y'all can go click, hop over there. She's been my right hand, almost like a personal assistant to me. Love her, love her, love her to death. Best friend. She does get paid for what she's doing, so it's not like she's doing it for free, but still, she does amazing work on the face. She does amazing work on the face, and she does amazing work in editing and on her YouTube videos and what have you. So if I were you, I would hop my behind over there to her channel, watch her, subscribe to her, and just, have at it. And don't steal none of her ideas, because nobody can really do makeup like she can. Anyways, but, she'll be the one doing Temptress's makeup. She'll be the one, helping me as far as style is concerned. Well, I don't really like her style all that much, but don't tell her I said that. But, I don't think I need any help in that department. I've been doing this long time. I have been in, the position where I would never step out without looking the bomb diggity, unless it's just not that kind of day. Okay, but I don't know if you guys can see or not, but it is raining. It is raining outside. I'm standing outside. But anyways, I think that without Janelle, I don't know where I would be. I don't know if I would have the passion to do this. YouTube is a lot, because you're opening up yourself to criticism, and someone that already has a low self-esteem to begin with shouldn't really be volunteering for YouTube. But I'm volunteering for YouTube because I'm much bigger than that, and nothing's gonna really break me. Nothing's really going to get me down in the dumps. Nothing's going to make me feel bad. Nobody can really make me feel bad. I can make you feel bad, because I can make you or I can break you. Plain and simple. It's been proven. My track record and my, reputation goes a long way. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't play that. Anybody who knows my reputation, knows my brand, knows what I've been through, knows what kind of businesses I've been a part of. No, I'm not the one to play with. I own 3 brands at that, so, I have built my name up. I have built my reputation up from the bottom, from 2008 to today. Every last one of my companies is still going strong. I have never failed, and this could be a total bust, or it couldn't. It all depends on y'all, really. So, and I have been someone who is so thankful for my fans. I'm so thankful for people, that support me. So, if you're rooting for me, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you want me to talk about, whatever. I want you to be a part of my family here at DCG Enterprises or DCG Entertainment, whichever one you are here for. Please be a part of my family. Leave comments. I reply. You can send me messages on YouTube. You can send me messages on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Um, and I promise you, I will get back with you. My Facebook is DCG Enterprises. You can message me on there, and you can message me on DCG Entertainment. That's another one which should be on the screen somewhere. Let's see, where else can you find me? You can also find me on Evolution of DCG on Facebook, which should also be on the screen somewhere. And basically, you know, I wanna be an influence to people. I wanna be a voice to the voiceless, and that has been my purpose from day one. Being the person that says the thing that nobody else says. If your boss is being an asshole and everyone's afraid to say it because they don't want to lose their job, I would be the one to say it, because bitch, I'm not afraid of nobody. I don't care about you. You know, you could be 6'9". I don't care, because at the end of the day, I look at people for who they are, as human beings with feelings and emotions, and I treat them as such. Nobody's going to disrespect me or anybody that I care about, because I am worth more than that, and I will not let you disrespect me. So believe me when I say the value of being human is the most important thing to me. Just, you know, humanity all by itself is very important to me, because you only live once. So everyone that's crying and bitching and moaning about things, you only live once. Let that shit go and realize that you only live once. One time. That's it. So it's either you do everything that you've ever wanted and more, or you don't, and you've wasted a life. So which is it? You know, don't walk around like you're perfect, because nobody's perfect. I would love to say that I'm perfect, but I know that I'm not. Okay? That's why my tagline is perfectly imperfect, because I am perfectly imperfect, and I embrace my flaws, and you should embrace yours too. And I am being so real with you when I tell you this. No one can make you feel any less unless you let them. Okay? And I had to learn that the hard way. I'm trying to learn to build myself up, because nobody is responsible for my wrongdoings or my pain and heartache. I am. I would never shift the blame on someone else. Okay, and that's what a lot of people in society do, especially nowadays, in this generation that we're living in. Everybody wants something handed to them. Everybody wants to be treated special. Everyone's replaceable. You think you can go into a job and behave any kind of way and they'll keep you? No, they'll dismiss you, because everyone's replaceable. You're not special to anyone. You need to earn your way in life. The only people that you should be special to is your mommy and daddy. And if you're not, then something is wrong with your parents. Because I would never disown my child the way I'm hearing a lot of these parents do nowadays. And a lot of my friends have been abandoned by their parents. They may not realize it, but they have. And from someone who has been abandoned by his parents, I understand what it feels like, and it is not a good feeling. But we're not even, gonna go there, because that'll get me all in my feelings and all emotional. But what I will tell you guys is, please, 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 stick with me. Stick with me. Go over, subscribe to Temptress, like Temptress, whatever the case may be. Find me on all social media, which should either be in the description down below or somewhere on the video. And I guess I'll talk to you guys soon. This has been Pep Talk with DCG, and stay perfectly imperfect, and I'll see you in the next video. I love you guys to pieces. Bye, guys.